Let's start with the day you got injured the second time. Can you remember the day? Can you describe the day for me, the feeling, the excitement of coming back to the game?
Yeah, that whole day, coming back was just it was hard to sleep the night before because I knew I was gonna play. Me and coach talked about it, me and Tater talked about it, everybody on the team, we knew I was gonna come back and play. So that whole day was just I just felt great coming back, playing. I know my rehab was good. I felt great. I practiced for a couple weeks before, after that. And yeah, I felt really good coming into the game. And then, yeah.
The other leg, you hadn't felt anything on it or about it, nothing?
Nothing. That's why I was so confident coming back. I was ready. Everything felt great that day. And then that whole process just, yeah.
So when it happens to you after 3 minutes, or did you know what happened? Were you sure of what had just happened?
It's crazy because as soon as I stepped back and I felt that pop, it felt just like that, and I looked back so quick and nobody was close to me. As soon as that happened, I knew exactly what happened, because that's just how it feels. It just feels like somebody slaps your calf and it just dies, and I was just wait. I was oh no.
So you start jumping off the court, you go into the locker room. What was going through your head as you were jumping out and when you came into the locker room?
My first instinct was, I was just this can't be possible. There's no way impossible that this is happening to me again on the opposite leg when I was recovering the other one. I'm there's no way. As I was jumping off the court, and it's crazy, it's funny because Jeremy even knew. He knew because he was the other one as I was jumping off the court, and I just kind of I was yup. And I jumped off, and then Sarah saw me. She thought I was gonna come towards her, and I was just nah, just go straight to the locker room, because everything that just started running through my mind was just all over the place. It was just why me again? I'm how does it happen again? I was I just worked hard for all this time, and it happens to me again. I'm what could have possibly went wrong? So much stuff was going through my mind. Just on that hop back to the locker room. So when I got to when I finally I didn't even get all the way to the locker room. I got to this little hallway right there, and I just literally I didn't have to fall, but I just fell to the ground, and I just broke down, because it was all that hard work, and it was just for what? I didn't rush back or anything. It was just it was such a blow to my pride and being a basketball player. It's getting taken away from you again. So it's just that just made it really hard at that moment.
Okay, so the doctors had to clear you for that game. Did you feel any pressure from the coaches, the fans, your other players on coming back sooner or at that time?
Honestly, they were more concerned about me playing than I was. They were all yo, are you sure? Are you sure? They were trying to pretty much tell me you don't have to. You don't have to. But I was I feel good. The doctors cleared me weeks ago. There was no pressure from the coaches or anything. The coach, he was just every game he went into it as I wasn't gonna play anyway. So there was no pressure for me to come back on the court from the coaches. Gunnar was just telling me, he honestly didn't think I was gonna play this season. He was just focused, all right, we're gonna get you healthy and we're gonna, wait for next season. But if you can play, then it's okay, But he, there was no pressure from anybody. I know the fans and everybody wanted to see me play, and that just drove me to work harder to get back fast. But I really wasn't back fast. I was just on schedule to come back. So, but I know everybody they wanted, the fans wanted to see me play. I wanted to play more than anybody even wanted to see me play. Having basketball taken away from me that is that's the first time I've ever had to play not play that long, and not be able to go to the gym, not work out, shoot, play with my teammates. So yeah, there was no pressure. I was just really anxious to get back on the floor. So yeah.
How hard was it to watch the team from the bench this winter?
It was tough. Oh, so tough. Being a competitor I am, love playing the game, it's hard watching every game that, because it's you want to be out there helping your teammates, fighting with them. It's only but so much you can do on the sidelines, telling them certain stuff, telling them do this, do that. But it's just like pretty much like being a coach, like a coach that used to play. You know, you want to be out there still, but it's like can't really do anything now. But yeah, that's just how it was. Like it was tough because I know I could have gone out there being healthy and helped my team.
Can you describe the amount of work that you have put into this recovery? And now again,
it's tough. That's why, the work that I put in is a lot of hard work because you go from using it. Like I've gone from using my legs every single day of my life, like working out, jumping, dunking, like basketball-wise, running, anything. Like it's all legs. So for something to happen like that to my legs, and then literally all the muscle in your calf just goes away. So it's like you have to build all of it back. And to build it back is like, it's a slow, grueling process that I never thought that I would have to go through. But going through it is it's tough. And then now having to go through it again, I know what to expect. So it's not gonna be as bad, and I know what I can and can't do. So I'm gonna work even harder now. Because once again, like I know a lot of people are probably out there like, oh, he probably not gonna come back as good and this, that, and the third. So I know I gotta prove a lot of people wrong, and on top of that, a lot of people want to see me do good and play again. So I have to, I want to live up to that.
So let's talk about your future. Next year, there's talk of you coming back to Njarðvík, of course. It'll be your third year here in Iceland. Has anybody talked to you, or have you thought about doing the Icelandic citizenship?
Yeah, I thought about it. I just don't know about the whole process. Like, I'll talk to Gunnar about it some more, but I'm pretty sure that, when I'm like, I mentioned it to him before, so I'm pretty sure something will probably, come into play sometime soon. But if I can get it, that'll be great. If not, then, I'll be here again.
Play hopefully. For the Icelandic national team?
Yeah, that'll be great. That'll be real great.
So, before you came here, before last season, there was a rumor out there that you had injured yourself in a summer league in the States and arrived to Iceland injured. Can you tell me something about how about this rumor came alive?
Yeah, that rumor came about because I played in that summer league, but I got hurt, but it wasn't my Achilles, it wasn't my calf, like it was my knee. It was my knee and part of like up here, because I got a knee from like this 7-foot dude that he plays for UConn. He's like a 7-foot guy. I went in the lane, I went to go lay it up. I went to lay up off my left. I went up, as I went up, he came up with his right knee and it went right into the side of mine. So that was like, so when I went down, everybody was just like, oh, and I'm just like, I'm holding my shorts because I didn't want to push it, because as soon as I touched it, it was like a bruise. So I was like, oh, and I was like this on my shorts, and they carried me, like they helped me off the floor a little bit. So I was just like this, and everybody just thought something else was like so bad. So I don't get why it was like my Achilles, because even before, like when I played, every time I put the Tiger Balm on my legs, so it'd always be that area. So if somebody thought that I messed it up, they probably thought I messed up that part. So I don't get how.
What is that? Tiger Balm?
Oh yeah, it's like a what do you call it? It's like icy hot. Oh. Yeah, it's just like that. It's just probably like stronger than that. And I used that to like loosen up, because I always had my Achilles was like, and my calf was like tight. And even like last season, I was like cramping up a lot. So before the games, I'd warm up a lot, and then just put it on. Okay. And just help my muscles relax and get a little bit more warm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, how confident are you getting yourself into getting back into shape for one, and then getting back into your best shape?
Very confident, because I know, like at home, like I know when I go home now, like my friends that I work out with, like we work hard and we take pride in that. So I know this summer is gonna be even more tough, because a lot of the guys that I am cool with, like they got hurt too during the season. It was like a couple of them did good, like really, really good this season, and then a couple got hurt as well, but not as bad as me. So they kind of had like their grueling injuries. So when I go home, it's just like, we call it the jungle. So that's where we work out. It's called the jungle. So when I get back in the jungle, that's when the animal comes out, and that's when we work hard every day. So I'm really confident in coming back in in great shape and being better. Like I'm looking forward to it so much. Like this summer, working out, working hard. It's gonna be tough, but this is what I live for. Like I love doing stuff like that. I love working out.
Through the hardest times, what has kept you going? What has kept you smiling?
Like honestly, it's just like the little stuff. Like it's not life threatening. It's not life ending. So like I'm so fortunate to be able to do this like as a job. So like me getting hurt is just like that's something minor. Like some people can't ever walk. Some people have never walked in their life. So for me to like sit here and be like so like much of a downer about like me just not being able to play, it's like yo, it's gonna come back. Like I'll be fine. Like there's so many people out in the world that are in like so much worse situations, and like I'm at like I would say I feel like I'm at like the upper half of like being, you know, great or whatever you want to call it, but I'm like happy with everything. It's just like one bad thing like this has happened. Like other than that, I'm healthy. Like I got my kids are healthy. Like my family back home is great. Like everybody around me is like so positive and everything. So it's kind of hard to just not smile. But yeah, I could just say it like that. Like I just look at everything in life. Like I'm just happy to be able to, you know what I mean, be alive, be able to do what I do. You know, everyday basis, healthy, walking around now. So like I don't like to take that for granted. Especially like the first time it happened, I was just like when I couldn't walk, I was just like I've never had this situation. So like I just appreciated like getting up out of bed every day, being able to just like stand up on my own 2 feet, like literally, like just stand, and then being able to just walk is just like it's a privilege. So it's just like stuff like that I can't, you know what I mean, look over and take it like just take for granted.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.